no disrespect to my own country, but that's something that I noticed.
The recycling is quite good here. You have to separate everything really meticulously, so I think that's good.
Watch them doing English imitations of certain stations.
The jingles are cute.
The jingles are adorable.
Hey guys and girls on Ask Japanese, it's your flashy fashion reporter Kathy Cat. What should Japan never lose? What do we love about Japan so much that we hope it will never ever lose? Let's find out. Ask the foreigners in Tokyo and ask foreigners in Japan. That we hope Japan will never lose. Manners and order and politeness. Everyone's been so polite just walking down the street, and yeah, hope it stays that way forever.
Yeah, I don't know. I think a lot of countries you go to are like somewhere else. Japan's like nowhere else. So I hope it just stays uniquely Japanese. It's a unique, phenomenal place.
That's a nice sentence. It's not nowhere else. Okay, you've come back a lot of times. So what do you personally love a lot about Japan?
The food, obviously. Yeah, it's my number one cuisine in the world. A bit in New York, but it's nice to have the authentic Japanese food actually in Tokyo. So we're doing the hot springs in Hakone in a couple of days. So I'd say that's it, really.
All right. So now that you're here in Japan and you're loving your life in Japan, what is one thing you hope Japan will never lose?
It's work ethic. I know that sounds really weird, but I've always appreciated the work ethic here. Like people, it doesn't matter what kind of job you have. People really try their hardest. You know, that they really try their best at what they're doing. And I just love that. I've always loved that about this country.
Can you give me a good example of something that moved you or inspired you?
Like even someone who's picking up trash or something, they always do it with such a sense of purpose. And I just love that. You don't see that really in other countries. So it's just something I really respect about Japan.
Picking up trash with a sense of purpose. Yeah, what's different in work ethics can you see between Japan and Canada then?
Well, I mean, I know they work really hard because they're getting tips. but here doing it to be a good server and a good person.
Yeah, no tips here.
No disrespect to my own country, but that's something that I noticed.
Where are you guys from?
I'm from South Africa.
And you've been in Japan how many times?
This is my 17th time in Tokyo.
Why 17?
My parents used to live here, and I just asobi ni itarikita, during university, and now everything is very natsukashi, and I wanted to feel that nostalgia again. That's why I came now.
From Mexico, and this is my second time. And I came here because I am studying art Japanese. So I came to see a lot of museums and talk about in my social media and all that. Yeah.
Two influencers here. Quickly name drop your channel.
My channel is Lindy Britis, which is my name.
Mine is Sayu Paints. Sayu Point Paints.
Tell me one thing that Japan should never lose. One thing you love so much about Japan you hope they will never lose.
I like the kind of analog culture. Everything is still very paper-based. The omotenashi is really special for me. When they wrap your book covers, everything.
Omotenashi, just one thing, hospitality.
And everything is every small detail is taken care of. The way they package things, the way they wrap things. There's so much care taken into everyday little things.
I'm going to throw in the German question here, but what about sustainability?
That is a good question. I don't know if they still do it, but the last time I was here, if you buy a bottle of water in the convenience store, they put a little piece of tape on it, and everything is put in plastic bags and stuff. I think the recycling is quite good here. You have to separate everything really meticulously, so I think that's good.
All right. Tell me one thing you hope Japan will never lose.
The cleaning. For example, also the subway in Mexico is very not clean, and here in Japan is all sparkly. I don't know, and it feels also the safety. Also for me is very important. In Mexico, I'm very anxious about it. Here in Japan, I can take a break about that anxiety. Yeah.
You said it's clean, but over here we got a little bit of cans and bottles and cigarette butts. Is this still clean in comparison to Mexico?
Yeah, it's still clean.
South Africa as well. Yep, this is a big difference.
Okay. Yeah, but come to Mexico. It's some nice place in some places. yeah.
Wait, so we mentioned one thing you hope they will never lose. Is there one thing you wish they had more of?
Oh my goodness, garbage cans. I just have to walk around carrying like bottles everywhere because obviously you don't want to litter because it's generally clean. So I just carry my trash with me everywhere. It would be good if they had more bins, like recycling bins, in more places.
But I know that it was for the problem of the subway that they put the bombs and all that. I know it. Well, but yeah, maybe now it's more controlled. So, and other things that maybe I would like that no more Nampa Man. Yeah, please. Stop it. Women don't like that.
No more chat-up boys, sleazy chat-up boys.
Yeah.
One thing Japan should never lose, something you love so much that you hope Japan will always have.
Like the bar for being a bit weird, just like you asked before, is very high. So you can be kind of weird, especially here in Tokyo, without people raising an eyebrow. I love that. And they should definitely keep that.
So you mean like the bar when something is weird?
It's higher than in Sweden. Like you can be more weird. You can take it further. You can take everything much further here. So if you're gonna dress up, you can do it. You can dress up more than in Sweden.
The bar for what is weird is different. Good. What is one thing Japan should never lose?
Well, the very nice atmosphere, like the hospitality. I really appreciate it. Like you always feel welcome.
So if they lost it, what would you do?
I would be very worried. Like it's like so. I've been to like places where people like stare at you, like. Have I done something dumb or something like? But maybe they just like their default face.
Let's hope they never lose it. Same thing. What would happen if the thing you love, the bar of weirdness in Japan, gets lowered and it's the same as Sweden? What would you do?
Yeah, it would just be a little sad because it's great that you can be yourself here. Of course, you can be yourself in Sweden too, but it's just a little different.
There are a lot of wonderful things in Japan. Name me one thing you hope that Japan will never lose.
The women are like worried all the time about how they look, and I think they look beautiful, but for example, you see their skin, their clothes, their shoes, everything is like well prepared. So and people are kind, like I said before, so I think that's something that I wouldn't lose. Yeah.
You hope that Japanese women will never lose their style?
Yeah.
I don't know, it's one thing, but I think the culture, like, for example, I don't know if tatemae, because that's something that I really hate about Japanese people. But, you know, the cook, the way they look, they have their own style. So, I don't know, maybe the culture, like, in general. I hope they never lose that.
Which part of the culture do you want Japan to never lose?
Ramen, you know, sushi and all that. I mean, I hope they never lose that.
Never stop being big foodies. Anything you wish Japan had more of?
I assume they learn English and other second languages in school, but I mean, hopefully it will be more well spread around the people, because you rarely find a Japanese guy who actually speak English or another language. In fact, for us, we know some English, so we can, communicate with other people. But for instance, maybe another guys from South America that only speak Spanish, it will be way harder.
Oh, yeah. Now that you're here in Japan, please tell me one thing that you hope Japan will never lose.
Dressing up. We went to Universal Studios yesterday, and I was very surprised to see a lot of cosplay, a lot of Lolita. I left all of my stuff in the hotel room because I was like, oh, I'm going to look out of place. I'll just wear casual, just comfortable stuff. But I was like, oh, there are people actually cosplaying like anime characters here. So that was really cool. Remember that for next time. I wish that America would do that.
More dressing up, especially in theme town parks. Why not?
Agreed. Absolutely agreed. More dressing up, more fashion.
Do you hope that Japan will never lose?
Probably it's public transportation. It is significantly better than anywhere else I've ever been in the entire world. And it is really nice to just be able to wait at the station and know that a train is coming for you. And where I'm from, that just doesn't happen. It's half an hour between buses to get from one side of the city to the other. Not a large city, takes 2+ hours. And here in Tokyo, I can get anywhere in half an hour. Attempt to do the English announcements. That's honestly one of my favorite things, is to thumb through the videos and just watch them doing English imitations of certain stations.
The jingles are cute.
The jingles are adorable. The station near my house in Osaka plays "Working on the Railroad" song, and lovely that each station has its own character.
Right. What is one thing you wish Japan had a little bit more of, though?
Pizza. It's been very lacking in pizza, and the little amount of pizza that we've had here has been, it's okay. We need some American Brooklyn deep dish pizza. We need more cheese.
Yeah, all the cheese.
Also say pizza, but I don't want to steal that answer, so I'm going to say, honestly, a little bit more progression in certain societal situations. The LGBT issues are a little bit behind here, I feel like, than a lot of the world. That is somewhere I would definitely like to see Japan progress in. I don't want Japan to lose its culture, but I do feel like that it could broaden its horizons a little bit in that aspect.
Especially which aspect?
Probably trans rights.
Trans rights.
I have gay friends who have come over here, and they have been unwelcome in certain hotels. And it's not very common, but the fact that it still does happen is a little bit, it's not great, because Japan otherwise is such a great, and it is such a welcoming country, and nobody really is mean or aggressive or rude to you, but you can tell that certain people are just not comfortable with certain things.
And also, it's the only G7 country that doesn't have same-sex marriage.
I didn't even realize that it was the only one. I knew that it didn't, but it's surprising to hear that it's the last holdout. So yeah, I wish that Japan would move forward in that aspect.
Safety is one of the biggest things for me why I love Japan so much. It is getting dark, we're in a tiny little side street with lots of bars and clubs, and it is safe. No one's pushing the director, no one's throwing stuff at me, no one's making mean sight marks, that kind of stuff. It's live and let live. Everyone has their own life, everyone has their own stuff to do, no one's bothering you. Those things are wonderful, just that safety and that harmony here in Japan, I love a lot, and I hope Japan will never lose that safety and that harmony. On that note, what do you hope Japan will never lose? Let us know in the comments down below, and here is more about life in Japan and what foreigners think about it. Go check it out for the next video. Bye!